What's up, good people? Of course, we're going to wait a few minutes to make sure everything is coming through. Whoa, that mic is extremely loud. Let me turn the dB down here. I don't know if you noticed this, Smitty, but now with the update, it seems like the gain registers different than he did before. Like it seems like 12 dB is the equivalent of what 30% was before.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, so sorry about that, guys. We're just talking about our microphone stuff. You're going to see me do this quite often tonight. You know, if you guys know, if you're football fans like us, you know the Hall of Fame game is on. And even if the Steelers wasn't participating, I would still be watching it because I love football. So I'm kind of doing two things in one tonight. Of course, we're going to give you guys the best show that we can, but also I'll be looking over here, just peeking at some of these players so I can give a quick, overview later on tonight on what happened in this game. I already saw that Mason Rudolph and Chase Claypool turned the ball over, so we'll have to go back and see what that was. And I know still the family probably going to be in here heavy tonight, so you guys can give me some reports as well. But anyway, we want to definitely say, we appreciate you guys hanging tight with us, man, while we were off a few weeks. A lot of you guys already know why. I had to travel to Florida, spent some time with my father-in-law, my wife's family. And, it just didn't work out to where we could do the show the way we needed to do the show. So, we skipped a few weeks. So we definitely appreciate you guys understanding. Again, here I am looking at the TV. Get a sack. Oh, come on, man. Come on, defense. And I know these ain't the real guys out there, but some of them are. If the Steeler family's watching it, some of these dudes, yeah. But anyway. Well, what's up, guys? We got a few things to talk about tonight. Of course, we will talk about ESBC, as well as we will talk a little more about franchise mode. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't been in the franchise mode mind frame since our last show, but, we'll kind of just rehash, if we're excited about it, if by any chance we're able to look into the future, are we seeing what the future of franchise mode might be now that they're making changes? And then I guess we can kick off the show, man, because I've realized me and Smitty didn't even really get to talk about this on air. We could talk a little bit about the finals, how we feel about how that went down.
Oh, yeah.
As well as can't wait to hear this from Smitty. what Smitty thinks about what's his name? Russell Westbrook.
Oh, man.
Teaming up with LeBron in the game. And we'll kick that around for a minute to get things started. But outside of that, man, how's everything been going, Smitty, the last few weeks? Anything else you want to get into outside of that? If you want to, we can slide right into the basketball talk, and then we'll jump into the other stuff.
Yeah, man. No, really, the main thing for me to talk about, I mean, everything's been cool, but over the past few weeks, free agencies popped off. Wait, we touched on the finals, didn't we? I know we didn't. I'm not sure if we did or not, but I mean, I'll say this though, as far as the finals are concerned, I'm extremely happy for Giannis. He did it in the traditional fashion. Didn't have this what the stat quo is, having that super team, trio of superstars and everything. And they got it done as a squad, regardless of the fact, look, I understand injuries played a major role in them getting there and everything. I get that. If the Nets are healthy, the likelihood of them getting there, at least the way their performance was this year, the likelihood of them making it back will probably be a much slimmer chance. But hey, I got to give them their props though. They did their thing. This is what the circumstance was. Giannis turned it up, and he definitely sealed the deal in that final game. So he shut it down. He was not going back to Phoenix. He made sure of that.
Right. He got off in that game. Listen.
Oh yeah.
I should take this hat off and give it to him.
Yeah. No,
he did his thing, even from the free throw line. He shut me right up. I had nothing I could say. I mean, I don't hate him anyway. I'm just saying any criticism that I might have had in the playoffs of him with the free throws, and he shut me right up, man. He finished that series.
Yeah. Yep. So won the MVP, all that good stuff. Well deserved. Truly earned it. And honestly, like I can understand why they'll say like him getting this title right here would mean so much more than him clicking up with guys and doing it. And I mean, he said it himself. He was like, not throwing shade at the ones that did it, and that's the thing. He knew. He was like, I know I could have did that, played a role and got a chip. More than likely, much easier. But he's like, I wanted to do it with the team. I wanted to do it here. So he got it, and he got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like Dirk. You know what I'm saying? Dirk and Jason Kidd and those guys, like, they got it basically near the tail end of their career. Now, the fortunate thing for Giannis is that he's just, his game hasn't even fully matured yet. You know what I'm saying? So he can still get better. And he's like, what is he, 26, I think? So he still can. He can still get it. So, I mean, huge props to him. And I mean, look, clearly Chris Paul running it back. I mean, he opted out of a contract just to re-up with the Suns. I mean, we knew, he wasn't going nowhere. Like, he's not done. So my man's still going. And, hey, Phoenix is a contender, no question. Now, outside of that, I mean, first of all, I'm proud of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I know we had the first pick, even though some people here will say, we need to get Jalen Green. No.
Y'all got old boy. Yeah, that's right.
We had to get Cunningham, man. And, he put the buffs on. You know what I'm saying? He put the buffs on. That's a Detroit thing, put on them buff shades. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Joints he put on. So he's like, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. And I mean, he is. Dudes practicing. These dudes putting that work in. He came in immediately, started working, So fresh off the draft. Hit the gym after the draft, switched the suit up, went on ahead and started working it out. So, I mean, yeah. And he's like, this is a character guy. He's definitely the right guy. The Pistons got some steals in the draft. They got some shooters. They got some dudes that are playing with a chip on their shoulder, got some solid, legit guy. See, and I'll just say this. This is why I like it for the most part when guys stay in college and get a little bit of seasoning on them. Because when they go for the 1 year and just come out and everything like that, the problem is a lot of them, for the most part, don't really establish themselves in terms of what they can do and also in terms of being a standout player, a true standout player. Because when you stand out amongst everybody else, whether you go as a first-round pick or even a second-round pick, you can mess around and do some real damage, especially if you're in the right situation. And the two guys that we picked up, as well, if these guys are going to get a chance to shine through. And we got some good guys. So I can't wait to see these dudes in the summer league. Like that's why I can't wait to start seeing these guys play. Also to see some of our first year guys, that are now second year guys mature, like Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey. He was all rookie. All rookie team. Him and Isaiah Stewart, all rookie team 1 and 2. We signed who's Saban Lee. I think undrafted rookie. And we signed him to a 3-year deal. You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago with the free agency. So it's like, we have a nice team put together. Now, Kelly Olynyk, that's an interesting signing there.
Boo.
That's going to be interesting. Like, what's he going to do for us? I don't know exactly. But we'll see. I don't know if we picked up anyone else. I think we signed another guard or something, I think. I'm not sure. I can't think right now. But, hey, we'll see what happens, man. But, I mean, as far as looking at the free agency thing, the Lakers, man. Golly. I mean, seriously. Like, LeBron, look.
Hold on.
Okay.
Give me this, Smitty, because I definitely want to hear your take. I refer to you a lot with basketball. Hot take. Is it going to work? Do you think they can mesh? I'll tell you what I thought. I want to hear your thoughts first, though. Can that work with Westbrook and LeBron? I mean, AD, let's put him to the side for a moment. I'm just talking about style of play. Do you think that could actually work?
I honestly don't know, man. I don't know. Because who is going to fall to the back? And you're not about to have all of these dudes on the floor at the same time often. You're not going to have Melo, AD, Brian, you know what I'm saying, and Westbrook on the floor often at the same time. That's not that. Right. As far as it working altogether, I don't know. Because, I mean, look, as Lakers, you sagged off on purpose when it came to Westbrook. You didn't care about him shooting threes because he wasn't no threat to y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
And now he your teammate. You know what I'm saying? So
he going back home, though. So maybe that put an extra gear in his back, you know?
I mean... But you're a historically bad three-point shooter, so it's like regardless of where you at. Right. I mean, look, if he turns up this year, and you know, if LeBron says we need you to be this guy, then so be it. But my thing is, who out of these three guys is going to take the back seat? Who's going to be the back seat guy? Because it can't be AD. He's the future of the franchise. If he can actually stay on the court. So he's the future of your franchise. LeBron has got the decent jump shot. I mean, between him and Westbrook, LeBron definitely has a better jumper.
Better shooter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny. I never thought I would say that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like between these guys. And I mean, yeah, LeBron's not a bad shooter though. But I'm telling you though, I don't know, man. I mean, there's only one basketball. It's going to be very balled up. I'll say if they run a healthy amount of screen and roll plays or pick and pop plays, that'll definitely turn Westbrook loose. And I mean, he can do what he does best, attack the 10 aggressively. Now, is he going to be Mr. Triple-Double? No. That's not going to be possible. So, well, I mean, it's possible, but they would have to finesse it if they were going to actually do it. I highly doubt he'll be Mr. Triple-Double again. LeBron, yeah. He would have to be, you know what, just like Chris Broussard has said, LeBron would have to be more of a Magic Johnson. He's going to have to be the guy that can score. Some nights he's going to go do his thing, but he's going to be more falling to the back and letting it be, you know, I'm going to feed Russell and I'm going to set it up for Westbrook to get it and I'm going to set it up for AD to get it. That's what he's going to have to do in order for it to work. And then as far as their second unit is concerned, getting Melo involved. Melo should be the second unit captain, to be quite honest. He shouldn't be a starter. He should come off the bench, be the second unit team leader, and just ball out that way. That's really going to be. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's okay.
I ain't mad at Melo. Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it at this point.
Salute Melo, man.
So go for it. Like, you know, hey, I hope it works because for what you gave up, I mean, you gave up KCP, you gave up Montrezl Harrell, you gave up Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? Alex Caruso left. As well. So I mean,
Caruso gone? That was a little Spock plug for them.
Yeah, no, Caruso. I forgot who he signed with, but yeah, no, he's
gone. The Bulls. Did he go to the Bulls?
Oh, he went to the Bulls too.
Somebody like that, I think.
He over there with Lonzo and DeRozan went over there to Chicago. So
that might
they got a decent team over there. They still got
Vucevic.
What's the name? Vucevic or whatever, or Vujacic or whatever, my man from Orlando when they traded. So over there with Zach LaVine too. So they got a nice team now. They got a nice little team. So they should definitely be in the playoffs this year. So yeah, it can work in LA. I mean, they signed some people over there, but like my man Chris Broussard said, defensively, it could be a liability, but at the same time, you can, as a team, play good defense. So defensively, I'm not too concerned. It's just on the offensive side of things that they're if guys can really fall into if these dudes buy in to a system that'll work, however they figure it out. Like I said, I believe if LeBron really wants to be the leader, he can't be the leader the way he's been doing it, like how he did over the course of his career, being the ball dominant.
Whoa.
Offensive guy, what's up?
No, I'm looking at what Minnie Jordan just said. They got Nunn and Monk, the Lakers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Malik Monk.
Yeah, Malik Monk went over there.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lake Show.
Yeah, so they got them. They got those two guys over there. So I don't know. Like I said, it can work, but we got to see. Because even though they got Monk, they got Nunn over there. Yes, but you got these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You got these guys, and you got Melo. So however it works out, you got that to deal with. Oh yeah, and Kemba went back to New York. He signed with New York. Derrick Rose re-signed with New York too.
Kemba Walker?
Yep. So Kemba signed with the Knicks.
He's a Knick?
Yep.
Wow.
D-Rose re-signed with him, and Julius Randle re-upped with him on his contract. So,
yeah. Even though my man Jules didn't get off the way I thought he could have in the playoffs, but he had a year. You can't.
That was his first time being in that spotlight like that, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? To really have to rise to the occasion, and so he'll get better. But yeah, so I mean, overall, that's amazing. Oh, huge props, ginormous props. I mean, this is crazy, but huge props to Steph Curry, man. Said first player in this Supermax era to sign two $200 million contracts, because he just signed another 4-year extension for like $215 million. So he still got the one Supermax going on, and then he just signed another joint. So it's like that's
sheesh,
golly. So that's bananas right there. So yeah. But
we should have found some type of way to become basketball players, man.
I don't know.
Or baseball. I should have kept playing baseball, man, in my years. Because I was actually pretty good, man. And I tell this story before. I let a coach talk me out of not playing no more because I just had it. That was a mistake. And a life lesson, guys. I respect my father because my dad was like, I'm gonna let you make this decision. And he was like, you're gonna have to live with it. I should have kept playing baseball. As much as I'm a football dude, like, and I'm not just saying it. Like my brother and them, I was really good at baseball. Like, I might have had a chance.
Yeah.
Whatever. Life still worked out great.
Yeah.
But yeah, your son or my son, one of them gonna have to do something.
Right. Yeah.
There's too much money out here, bro. Right. Y'all gonna have to take care of daddy. I told my son already at 7. Look, I got him doing everything. Even golf. Some people might laugh at that, but look at them paychecks.
Go ahead. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
hey, man. One of the most underused scholarships in college.
Oh yeah, that golf joint. Yeah, that's true. Mess around and get that tour card. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no.
And for you young ladies out there, and Smitty has one of them as well. Look at Naomi Osaka. Tennis might be an avenue. She has a lot of money already. She's 23 or 24. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you could do out here.
Oh, yeah. And I'm just saying this too. Look, and I'll say this too. Why this main thing about it now. Folk clown on Simone.
Oh, man.
Folk clown on Simone Biles. But look, that woman is a tried and true champion.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah.
She's still a GOAT.
She got tons of medals, tons of championships, and all that stuff to vouch. So it's like, but she ain't doing it on the Olympics. And I understand. It's once every 4 years. Yeah, but the thing is, like that's the thing. She's already doing her thing. Look, what's her name? Sha'Carri Richardson. She made a mistake. That was an egregious mistake. with the whole weed thing. Oh, but they need to be different because of it. Listen, I get it, and I know that the rules are crazy, but at the same time, those rules are still need to be adhered by. She said she knew what she did wrong. Now, is that going to hinder her to some degree? Yes, but just like how Biles is able to do, now I'm not saying Biles did anything foul. But what I'm saying is that there are going to be championships and tournaments and all kinds of things that she'll have opportunities to, she already has a sponsorship with Nike. So it's like she's going to be able to get more opportunities and help enhance and advance herself further. Then the next Olympics, you just got to turn up. Because Usain Bolt, like I said, he had his window, he maxed on his opportunity. When that opportunity came. So it's like you got to do the same thing. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But I mean they'll get their chances. But yeah, that's the whole thing. That them opportunities, what I'm saying, when they come up, man, that's it's nuts how they can set themselves up.
Forever.
So I know, right?
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, and I saw shout out to our good buddy Ron. He said that Lowry. That's right. He
Lowry
signed
went
with
to Miami.
Heat. Yeah.
Yep, he down in Miami.
That's a tough dude, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I used to give him in my mind a tough time, some years ago. I just was like, this. But the more I watched him, I like his toughness. They say he's a Philly guy. Like that dude, like, in certain times, he had like a killer like nothing fazed him. However, there was times that he came up short quite often, especially when they had to face LeBron all the time. But I've always liked his demeanor. So good for him, man. Maybe he can, he go to a team that you possibly have a better chance. We'll see. So yeah, shout outs to Kyle Lowry, man.
Oh yeah. PJ Tucker went there too.
There you go.
So
another
he
rough
and went over there to Miami as well. So, yep.
Yeah, but I don't really have much to add to it, guys. As y'all can tell, I'm doing dual duties here. Steelers fans, if y'all are listening, I'll talk about this later tonight. UG3, Ulysses Gilbert III, you cannot miss that tackle on 3rd and 12, sir. You just can't. You can't. I know it's preseason, but like they always say, you practice like you play. But only thing I will add about the finals, man, and sorry, guys, I'm not looking at y'all, but y'all know I'm looking at the TV. The one thing I will add is I did want to see Chris Paul get a chip. Just because of, again, his character and what he's been to the league, he's definitely been one of the greats as far as point guard. He's a pure point guard. I definitely thought that would have been interesting had he gone to the Lakers, because that was some talk at first. But Giannis did his thing, man. I don't think you can hate Giannis. There's no reason for anybody to hate on Giannis. He's a very good dude, good brother. So, I root for him as well. Shout outs to him. But like I said, it is sad that Chris Paul was unable to, very sad that he was unable to get it done, because honestly, I don't think he gets back. With the way the West is looking, I just, because let's not forget, Smitty just said a name that I think a lot of people don't put respect on as much because they haven't been winning. But you're expecting Steph Curry to get his partner back.
Oh, yeah.
And when Klay come back and whatever they decide to do, as far as crafting that team, they had some young talent out there too that was okay. You know what I'm saying?
And they got some good ones in the draft.
That's what I'm saying, man.
They got some good players.
You're going to have dudes like that. You're going to have a Denver team with a healthy Murray back. You're going to have the Clippers back. You're going to have the Lakers. I mean, it's a long shot for the Suns. So, unfortunate, man. Unfortunate that he couldn't get it done. But, I can't be mad at the fact that Giannis got his and the way he got his, sticking with the team that drafted him. Some people try to say they had a big three, but if they did, it wasn't constructed the way others were constructed. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. Yeah, they brought in Drew Holiday, but that was just nobody ever talked about him as being the big three type of guy.
Right.
So shout outs to them boys, man. But other than that, I guess we can dive into, man, we'll save Madden for last because I don't want to spend a lot of time on that.
All right.
ESBC, guys. Man, I almost feel like, you know what? I kind of feel like, Smitty, we're going to have to just put it on the screen, man, while we talk about it.
That's what I thought we was going to do anyways, but.
Yeah, let's just let it play, and we'll give it our commentary. So hold on, guys. Let me find the video. I'm peeking at these Steelers, looking like, backup defensive players out there. Look at Peyton Manning looking slim. Hold on, guys. Bear with us, man. Y'all know how it is when it's live. Y'all get to see the real production. Let me find it. I just had the video up too the other day. Hold on. But this game, man, what I don't understand, Smitty, as I'm trying to find the video here, I don't get the people that's like, they still trying to compare this thing to
Fight Night.
Dog, let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, fumble.
Oh, wow.
Almost got a sack fumble. I don't know who got it out. Bear with me, guys. I'm taking these mental notes. Let me see who knocked the ball out just so I could give him his credit. Trying to see if that was the rookie Loudermilk.
You'll be happy with the result of their possession, Sim.
Oh, cool.
So you'll be happy.
Who got that strip? Who got that strip? Was that Cassius Marsh? Steelers fans would know why I'm saying it like that. I know Cassius Marsh ain't did nothing. Oh, thank you, Y Diggy. My man Y Diggy just said it. Cassius Marsh. Hallelujah. But all right, guys, finding this video here. And missed field goal.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think they just whipped it.
Oh, I see Juju in street clothes. Oh, no need for him to play. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm looking to see what Dwayne Haskins gonna do tonight, man. I just want to see a more mature Dwayne Haskins tonight. I would like to see that. But anyway, guys, let me stop cheating y'all, man. Tonight's experience, Steeler folks. I'll talk to you guys a little later. I don't want to do that. Let's get the video up here. But I don't get it, Smitty. Yeah, I got it. I'm just got to share the screen real quick. I don't understand why. And I hate to sound somber when I say this, but this is why. This is kind of the reason why I don't involve myself so much in being the Madden guy no more. And what I mean by that is, just making people think that we represent the community a certain way. And I say we because I'm sure Smitty feels the same way. It's always like people seem like they always got an agenda. And if you're not representing something the way they want you to, then it's just all this foolishness comes out.
Yeah.
And you see it with this. Matter of fact, let me just play it, man. It's no words. A lot of you guys probably have seen it already. I'm just going to let it roll. The thing is, there's no argument here. There's no case to be made about whether this game will be on Fight Night's level. Let me explain to you why I'm saying that. The stuff that they're showing in this video, we've never seen it.
No.
We've never seen this type of blocking system. We've never seen that type of footwork. I mean, graphically, I know it's not fair. Fight Night hasn't been made in years, but I'm saying, come on, man. Like, why are we trying to tear down this game? This joint looking like one of the best sports games as far as, let me use my words carefully. As far as the way they're building the game and how it will move, how it will flow, the intention behind it, everything that they're doing is for the sim gamer.
Yeah.
They're taking those shortcuts. I mean, even being able to take a stand and 8 count, like,
yeah,
dog. And just looking at this, man, it's night and day from that first piece of footage that we saw to this. There is no fight game that I can recall that moves like this. And I understand we haven't played the game. Very true. But, dude, come on, man. Kenny Bayless. I mean, it's like
he's going to be in the game.
They got big names happening.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Najee, with some pass protection there. I see you, buddy. Yeah, man, it's like I'm just loving the detail that they're putting into this game. And what I like about it the most of all, this is in my opinion, I could be wrong because we don't live in the UK. This is a no-name company.
Right.
These dudes came out of nowhere. I had never heard of Steel City Interactive. Who is that?
Right.
And look what they delivering. Like, these dudes are working, putting in quality effort. So much so that where we thought, whoo, Najee, we thought the game was fake. When I first saw the first footage of it way back, I was like, man, that ain't real. There's no way no game looked like that. And they've continued to build on that. And it's crazy, man. I just don't understand the heat that is getting by some people. They breaking it down already. Like, this doesn't look good. It's a video game. But I'm going to put my nick on the line right now and say this would be better than any fight night we ever seen.
Oh, no question.
Point blank, period.
Easy.
But what you think, man? What are your thoughts as a whole with this game, how it's being presented, how it's looking?
I mean, look at how, and see, you saw my man Claypool kind of get shook up a bit there on that play there. But
he might have looked like he might have fell.
Yeah, he slammed kind of hard. Yeah.
That happened to me one time in the game, guys. A quick side story, because y'all always like to laugh at me when I tell y'all my stories. Oh, boy, it was pretty. I'll never forget it. It was a 3rd and 18 or something like that. Get in the huddle. Look at my quarterback. The quarterback said, hey, man, coach said we running a dive. I'm like, a dive? It's 3rd and 18. I mean, like, I'm confident in my skill, but what? Why are we running a dive? We won't even win in the game. I'm like, okay. Needless to say, after I pick up 33 yards, it was exactly 33 yards. I make a nice move on the free safety, got him out the way, shake him, and I think I'm running. Another dude's coming this way. I have to slow up for him, and I get hit from behind, and I fall right on the ball. I mean, the ball hit me right in the solar plex. Dude, I couldn't breathe. I was looking just like Claypool. And I stumbled my way back to the huddle, and listen, coach called like a toss right after that, and I lost like 6 yards. I was done. Yeah. So I say that just to say it looked like from what I saw, he might have fell on the ball, but oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy, but my bad. We sorry for all the side commentary here tonight, guys. But what you think, Smitty, man? This game in general, man, what it's looking like it could be.
I mean, look, as people are looking at, like I was pointing at the screen there, like you seen the slipping and the weaving and the bobbing. Look at how my man's is slipping. Look at how he's slipping punches, how they take it. Now, I will say this. I don't like the screen shake. Hopefully that's something you could turn off. I would assume you can. Because, I mean, I play this game without the flash, without the camera shake. You know what I mean? Like, you move that out, but look at the slips. Look at that.
Come on, man.
My man is slipping up. Come on.
In the different ways you can choose to slip or weave or step. Like, come on, man.
Multi-directional. You move the analog accordingly, and they move their arms up, down, bottom, side, and you can move your body and all that. Just like what they talking about now. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we're talking about. Organic control. All of it's dynamic. It's not tied or tethered into some kind of window where you throw a punch, you got to be stuck in some kind of 2-man animation or something like that. It's all playing out clean. So, like, that's the key thing. And I mean, like Sim said, this is not a super duper well-known studio. Now, look at how those punches are slipping off and everything. Like, but the thing is, and I think they said even with the punching while blocking, they're still They're still capturing more animations as well, so that way they'll have more specific animations per fighter. So everybody's not throwing the same punch. Like while they're blocking, all of it's gonna be different. It's gonna look more signature to the fighter. So
Yeah.
um
Even with the taunts, they were saying
yeah,
they
like
was
they
kind of
shown the
saying,
Roy
imagine a
Jones.
guy like Roy Jones. Yeah,
Yeah, and they shown
I'm
that at
excited,
the
man.
very tail end of the clip. They shown him doing his weave with his hands down behind his back. So I mean, like how you're seeing here with this, like studio not well known. They got various employees, guys that came from bigger studios coming through working on the game. It sucks that they had to push the game back, but they pushed it back, again. And I mean, but they said just like they said before when they made the initial setback, they were like, we got more resources. Like the response of the game was bigger than what we ever expected. We got a great response off of it. More resources became available to us, so we're going to push it back. So to see them come with it now and still be like, we got even more resources now, so we're pushing it back again. And I'm like, yo, I'm okay with that. Like make the game clean, and just like I spoke with my man Watson before about this, I was saying like they said the same thing about Horizon. Was it that new Horizon game coming out? That game is supposed to be pushed back until next year now. Instead of coming out next month, I think they said it's supposed to come out in September or whatever, but they're talking about pushing it back till next year. So it's like, yeah, like these, if you have to do that, then fine. It's perfectly okay to do so. Just make sure that make sure the production is tight overall. That's the key thing that matters the most. So if that's what they got to do, then that's what they got to do. Like I'm perfectly fine with it. Because I mean, look at the game, how it's coming along, everything they're developing and all that stuff. Adding new fighters into the game as well. Like they're doing all those
the
things.
Gypsy King, baby.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I saw him, man. Yo, they added Tyson freaking Fury to the game. Like, come on, man. And that's the thing. We were talking about it before, and I'm like, yo, what about when they finish that deal with EA? Then they could possibly open the door, especially with Canelo being the cover guy. That could open it up. But the fact that, I mean, they already got him. So it's like you're able to get him now. So what about Anthony Joshua? What about Deontay Wilder? What about, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's inevitable. Man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. Like, maybe next announcement, they're going to mess around and be like, the street date is this. Oh, by the way, we got this heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? We got this dude now. Like, and I mean, understand, this is what these guys said, I think in like an update or two ago. They said, like, we're still going to be adding fighters throughout the next year plus. So it's not like it stops. Like, we got a hard stop, and then this is all the fighters that are going to be there. So it's just nuts right now to be like, yeah, they got Tyson Fury added into the game. Like, Tyson Fury, no. EA doesn't even – what are they going to come with? Like, what legends are they going to add? Because, I mean, that's the thing. EA basically would put popular fighters in there to a degree and mainly, legends. And that's really it. Like, it's mainly legends that consist of the game. This game has a healthy amount of legends, but it's overwhelmingly current fighters. Like, in terms of the amount of boxes in here.
Didn't they say something about Fight Night coming back?
Yeah, it was rumored that it's supposed to be. Yeah, it was rumored. It wasn't confirmed.
It can stay where it's at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need to, like, these guys got everybody in here, man. Everybody in here. Even got MMA fighters and say, oh, we're going to take some MMA and some kickboxing guys and have them boxing too. Like, no, man, it's too many people. Too many people. And they have, like, virtually have all the current guys, men and women, current. You know what I'm saying? Like in the game.
Yeah, they got some big names, man.
Yeah, so they have a lot of people. So I don't know, like, what if EA were to get involved, what are they going to honestly be able to do? Other than make the same kind of game. Like, what are they going to be able to do? So, yeah, I for one definitely am excited for the game. I like the fact they're keeping it up with the announcements and such, the updates, but I don't like I like I said, the only thing that I don't like is that we don't have any kind of demo. We're not going to have any kind of real early access to play. But if we can see, if they're able to give us something to look at, cool. I mean, give us samples of things as they're ready to be shown. Like, don't halt your development process in order to show something for us. You know what I mean? Like, even though the game's coming out early access, still build the game out the way it needs to be built to the fullest, and then go ahead and put it out there. So
yeah, man, it's so much to say about this game, man. I could spend all day just looking at the nuances. I mean, this looks like boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, it really looks like you will have the opportunity to box, and based on how you fight, like, you can craft an actual fighting style. It's not just button mashing. And like Smitty said, it's not a situation where you're winning the dice roll. And no, it's everything is working in unison. Your style, the physics, all of that. I've never seen nothing like this, man.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen nothing like this. Terrence S., you said just got here. Y'all turned off the game. What game? You referring to ESBC? We're actually showing it on screen right now, if that's what you're referring to. But yeah, man, like I said, it's not a lot we can dive into since none of us have played the game. It's just that my intrigue level is through the roof, because from when we first heard about this game to what we're seeing right now, and this is in production, it's moving. It's not like it's CGI. It's the game.
Right.
And this just looks good. I mean, are they going to be minor things? Sure, I'm sure it will be. And I don't understand. And that's kind of where I wanted to go with it too, man. I feel like us as gamers have gotten really, I don't know if you call it spoil or expectations have gotten lofty. Like, it's almost like we forget they're still video games. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I see what Terrence asks. Listen, man. I gotta address this too, and this ain't to pick on you or anybody else. It's how you turn the game off already. It's the second quarter. Like, come on, man. Like, this is preseason. Like, to me, y'all already know I have to watch it because I report on it. Like, you should want to watch the game and see what some of these guys that are out here right now that might start. There's talk of Antoine Brooks Jr. being the nickel. There's talk of James Pierre being the other corner. It's you should watch this. UG3 is out here. Loudermilk. This is how you learn your team. Like, people always tell me, man, Sim, you seem like the team. This is how you learn the team. I know pretty much, well, not quite the whole 90, but I know the whole 53 when the team is put together because I've watched everybody. This is how you learn the team. Like, and you can't be mad. I mean, you can be upset or disappointed about a drop, but dog, it's preseason. This is literally practice. Like, and this is early. What is this? August the 5th. Like, come on. Like, and I never cut a game off. That's just me, Smitty. I don't know about anybody else. I don't never even. Oh, you got to pick that off though, off the deflection. But even when the team getting blown out, I just watch the game. I mean, it is what it is. That's just me. Yeah, I saw him go down. I don't think he's hurt though. We'll see. But I mean, again, it's football, man. It's football. There's gonna be injuries. Might be some tonight. There's gonna be some in preseason week. This is football. This is how it works.
Yeah.
All right, man. I guess we can move on, man. Let me go ahead and cut this ESBC off. But yeah, just the gamers, man. We gotta, like I said, that's kind of why I kind of got out of being in that mentality, you know, just the rah-rah, like critique giver. I mean, we give our feedback and we move on. I just don't have the time, man, to, you know what I'm saying? It's, you hope for the best and that's it. But no way, shape, or form are you going to catch me breaking down this game. Oh, we got a visitor.
Oh,
Smitty got a big dog over there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. All right, we can move on. Let's get to Madden.
Yeah. No.
It's gonna suck. No, I'm just joking. No, that's how we usually come off, right?
Yeah. No.
I mean, hey, man. To me, and I'll just say it really quick. I think it is TBD, man. But I will say, if somehow. Not even somehow. I mean, we're seeing it. We already know this new scouting thing is called. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me see this. 4th and 15, the Cowboys trying to get cute. They going for it.
They turned it over.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you'll see. I'm sorry.
Give me one. Oh, who got the ball? Like, okay, Justin Lane. Okay, player. And there go Antoine Brooks. Okay, let me notate that. I don't like that he caught the ball though. I'm just saying, you know, I want to see you plaster the receiver. I mean, you know, the receiver gets paid too, so give him some credit. But we got good pressure right there. But Justin Lane was stumbling and he made up for it, knocking the ball out. Okay. That's how you make the team, man. I know I'm gonna get killed for saying this, Smitty. You already know it, but I don't care. Listen, man, I'm going to give EA and Madden some credit this year. They delivered on paper what they said they were going to deliver. I probably said this the last time that we were here, but, you know, we'll just reiterate it here for the new viewers. Everything that they said that they was going to do for 22, because we made such an uproar, which we should have, about fixed Madden franchise. And it forced them to come out and say, we know, we heard you. You know, you didn't go unheard, and it go on trending #1 on Twitter, all of that, right? And they made promises. On paper, they have followed up on those promises. From everything that we know about franchise mode to now, let's take a sidebar and say, okay, it's not fully flushed out. I get it. It's only, 4 total, coaches, with the OCs, the player personnel, and then your head coach. I know it's not a full stat, but you will have 4 scouts, right? I get it, but it's like, I hate to say this because people get mad, but it's the truth. Smitty has been telling y'all this for years as well. It's going to be a baby step situation with Madden.
Yeah.
Because we all agree that it hasn't been the best game the last several years. It has not had depth, and even gameplay hasn't quite been up to par. So you have to at least get to the point where it's starting to change. And that's where I don't understand this community. And like I said, I don't want to be that guy no more. That's, oh man, you got to fight for. No, I'm fighting the way I do it, because y'all, that community don't acknowledge no improvement.
Yeah.
Like, it has to start somewhere. If you think tonight Madden sucks, right? Let's just say you think that it's the worst game. Do you think next year at this same time it's going to be the most phenomenal game you ever seen? No. It can't change that fast, man. I don't care who working on it.
Yeah.
You can dedicate every day, every night to it. It cannot change that fast. It has to go at least through a few years. And I get it. Madden is behind. They should have been. We all know they should have been. They should have done. But when are we going to acknowledge, all right, here's the starting point for once? It's the first time that I can recall franchise mode has gotten the most attention than anything else. We haven't seen that in a very long time. Definitely not on the last 2 generations of consoles.
No.
And the gameplay ain't too shabby from the beta. However, there's still some issues. There's bugs. There's coverage issues. They're trying to go away from the 2-man animation stuff a little bit. Maybe not to the degree where we need it. But I see the baby step towards it. So hopefully they can continue to go that direction. Mm-hmm. But again, you're going to hear people say, man, this still ain't right. It's Madden. I mean, I just don't know. I guess what I'm saying is the game has not been good for so long. What do we expect to happen just like that? So I think if you keep an even kill, like how I try to approach it now, give my feedback, tell them what's wrong, tell them what I don't like, tell them what I would like to see going forward. And now I think we are kind of in a wait and see, because, okay, they showed us in 22. Oh, y'all made some strides.
Right.
So I just wanted to make sure, man, we got that point across, because like Smitty said, talking offline, I don't know if we completely finished our full thoughts on what they're doing and what they're bringing to the table. So, we definitely want to take some more time out tonight to do that. And as far as where I think it could be going in the future, listen, man, if they move at this pace, that the pace that they moved in 22, hold on, guys. I'm looking at Dwayne Haskins. Oh, come on, man. You can't drop that. My bad, y'all. If they move at this pace, next year and the year after that, Madden might be that deal. It might be. And I'm strictly talking depth now. I'm talking about if they focus on franchise for 23 and 24 with the same intention that they did for 22, we might be somewhere. Last thing I would say before I throw it to Smitty, because I know Smitty is going here with the gameplay department. I want Smitty to take this part and run with it. From a gameplay standpoint, though, y'all might want to holler at them boys in Canada. Say, hey, man, what y'all doing with that hyper motion? And how can we get that over here? Because not just the motion. The thing that intrigues me the most, Smitty, is machine learning.
Yeah.
Now, I know Madden, they're saying they're trying to do better things with the AI, but that is it. If you find a, even if you don't get hyper motion, if you can get machine learning in Madden, bruh, now we talking about a whole totally different game.
No, you gotta get the whole package.
Oh yeah,
you can't just get the whole. Now look. I'll say this. Preface this with this. And shout out to SGO, because he put out a video earlier this morning, and he put out a video I think yesterday where he did an interview with Clint. Now Clint said, "Yeah, there it is. The king right there said it right there." That's what I was about to say.
Oh, let me see.
Clint has
throw him right off here.
Clint said it. He said that they won't be going to hyper motion anytime soon because they're using the next gen stat stuff. The next gen player movement,
and Clint said this publicly?
Yeah, it's on SGO. That's what I was saying. SGO did an interview with him. And it was a video he put up yesterday, and then the video they was talking about today. There's a few things I'm gonna touch on, but yeah, as far as hypermotion, he was saying like, no, we're not doing that because
I'm glad you said that. Because I'll say this really quick and throw it back to Smitty, because I was gonna say this later in the conversation. And I was just going to take the chance. I had reached out to Clint a couple days ago and was like, yo, man, y'all need to hyper motion. And he told me that. He was like, he kind of said, now let me give him credit here. And it's going to be one of these. Eyes wide open. We're going to look and see. What he told me was kind of what y'all are saying here. He basically said, nah, that's their way of... He basically said that's their way of producing next gen player movement. Not so much. Be careful how I say this, because I don't want to missay what he was saying. not so much how it animates and all of that, because we all know that FIFA's animations have always looked probably better and cleaner than Madden. He was just saying from a movement standpoint, next gen stats movement has the potential to be better because it's real life data. I said, okay, I get where he was going, but I still was disappointed because of what I heard about hypermotion. But I also said to Clint, I said, yeah, well, I am curious to see it in action. Let's see what it looks like in FIFA because we don't know. But now I'm curious, Smitty, because now that he said that, okay, so let's see what y'all do continuing on with your next gen. Because I'm going to tell you, the eye test tells us that hypermotion looks like the truth. So we'll see, man.
That's the thing, because like the one thing that SGO asked him was about getting referees added back into the game and being on the field. And Clint basically has said that that's something that they possibly would be able that they would be able to do in the future, because now that they have the player movement established, because they have to make sure that when they put the referee on the field, that it's not going to get in the way of how players like to play. So what I mean is the movement has to make sense based off of how players like to move players all around the field. Like, pre-snap, people like to move players all over the place and do all kinds of weird exotic stuff. But your referee still has to stand, you know what I mean? Like officially where he would stand and move around the play accordingly. So it's like they're gonna make sure, like if they were to put him in, they want to get a handle on the way player movement is done. Then they can have the ref out there on the field moving around in real time instead of just being a cutscene. So along with everything else, well, there's that.
That's a built-in excuse, but okay.
Yeah,
the devs know I got to pick with them. So, I don't deny that, but come on, I don't think that's the reason why y'all took him off in the first place.
I mean, the thing now, I mean, that's what he said. Whatever. But
yeah, I believe Clint. Y'all know that, but come on.
The hypermotion thing, no, you have to have that. Okay, there's no going around that. Unless unless you guys next year, unless for Madden 23, you guys are about to go 11 on 11 and slap suits on these dudes and say, all right, we're going to play football, y'all. 60 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all all about to go at it straight up and just go ham. If you're not doing that, then I don't know what you talk. I'm sorry. You can't tell me you're not going to sell me on this next gen tech is better when these dudes capped, you know what I'm saying, 11 on 11. Let these dudes do everything they do. Even, I don't know, Sim, if you got to watch the stream. They did.
No, I hadn't watched it yet. I didn't watch it yet.
Because they were talking about, like, there were unique moments, like stuff that happens on the pitch, real time, unique kind of stuff that was happening in the game they captured that there's no way we would be able to in studio capture those kind of moments. But because of the hypermotion tech, they're able to cap all of it. And it all will play out in the game, not as some animated sequence, but the mannerisms, the stuff happening. So it's like, well, if you have all this stuff in your game and it's doing all of this, I can't, I don't know, man. Because look, remember, y'all, he said, Paige said what? Next gen stats is just pretty wording. I mean, look, I'll tell it to you like this, man. Look, FIFA already has real good player movement. Okay, like they have really good player movement. So to see them go to this and make everything smoother, how players handle the ball is a lot smoother. How they transition from doing one action to the next is smoother. The jump ball situations from the corner kicks and stuff is much smoother. Even how players accelerate, because they put a burst mechanic in there. So instead of just holding turbo, like you got your turbo, but now you got a burst in there too. So just think of in Madden, dudes running using the analog stick, then you use turbo, but then you also do a quick burst. And
Yeah.
it's not something that you can do. You can't do it like with regularity. It's like a one-off kind of thing. So just think, and I mean, this is what happens in the NFL. Dudes do that. They'll shift gears, speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, and then they'll accelerate, and then they'll boom. You know what I mean? Like, and they have it in there for FIFA. So to not have something like that in Madden,
good, man.
that's what I'm saying.
I can't wait to play it.
Oh, well, Madden, what we got is ultimately better. I'm like, I don't know. Like, okay, you're gonna have to show me that one. So that's what I'm saying. If you're not capping all 22s from Madden 23, yeah, bro. No, your tech isn't as good, man. So, and like
did he say in the interview, because I didn't watch it, SGO's interview, I'll check it out. Did he actually like lean towards saying it's better? Like, was he inferring that he
didn't say
like
that at all? He just basically said that, well, we have our, next gen stats tech. We're not necessarily looking and going in that direction. Like, hypermotion is their version of what we have, kind of like it was like he said that.
Yeah, that's what he said to me. Yeah.
So it's like, okay. And now the other thing too is getting line stunts in the game, man. Y'all got to get there. And that's one of the things SGO asked. So I'm hitting on things SGO asked. So he did bring up line stunts, and he said, well, if we wanted to just check off the box and say, have this D lineman go in, this D lineman go out, and vice versa, we can do that. We can do that. He's like, but to truly get stunts where they actually matter and they actually have meaning to the game, that's something we're going to have to systematically build out. And he's saying like the issue is because we have all these other systems. The way people like to shift the O-line, the D-line, all the audibles, all the pre-play adjustments people make and everything too. So it's like for all of the different things people are able to do systematically, we have to make sure that when we do get the stunt system done in the game, it's all going to play out in terms of making football sense and not just a movement. So I'm like, from that standpoint, that makes perfect sense because you can call out APF for it being flawed in terms of how it runs the stunts at times because they do run those directions. They do cross each other and all that stuff, but sometimes it looks extremely wonky. It does as well when it does play out. But you can say, even though you can technically say, well, that D lineman went to the outside and that DN went to the inside. It's like, yeah, but was it a purposeful move? You know what I'm saying? Because they got the run fits, they got the system for the run fits and the gap integrity and all. So it's like all these other, this is what we talk about. This goes back to the point that I've made and the point that Sim reiterated about this game taking steps and being built. Because what Clint basically made reference to is all these systems that were built beforehand.
Right.
And
right.
It's gonna, because remember, you had years where they talked about gap integrity and they talked about run fits and they talked about all that. So it's like the stunts are gonna have to go into that system on top of everything else that's been built, and it has to make sense based off of how players are playing the game too. So that part, all has to come in, and it all has to make sense. So when people want to do exotic and weird stuff and everything like that, you just can't say, well, this guy runs that way, that guy runs this way, this guy runs that way, and all that. Like, no, it has to make sense. So from that standpoint, I get it because I can appreciate the ESBC kind of approach in a sense. Instead of just saying, well, we could put it out and you guys will like it based off of what we did so far because it's good enough in comparison to what's been out, and it's been 10 years since. Instead of that kind of principle, that kind of thinking, it's no, I want to make sure this system is able to make legit football sense when we do roll it out. That way it will be sound, solid, and a really clean thing. So, and I got to listen to the Madden podcast. They put out a new podcast with Clint on it today, and I didn't listen to it yet. And he said he talked about this. I think, the stunt stuff. He talked about that in the podcast. So I'm gonna have to check that out. But
we have to reach out to some of them too, man. We got relationships. Listen, it's time for y'all to come talk to us, man. Somebody, maybe we can get somebody. And you know, let's get back to that. Come hang out with us too.
Yeah.
But you know what? Well, I will give Clint credit, and Smitty knows this. Smitty pretty much just said what I'm about to say. Him and Rex and everyone, all of the guys that we're cool with there. They've always consistently said that. What the that is look, man, there's old systems that we're trying to build on, or there's things we have to rip out. Remember, I told y'all a few months ago that one of the devs that I talked to was like, look, in a certain area, and I can't go there, guys, because I don't want to tip off what he was talking about, because it's, that's back office conversation. And for me to say something like that, I mean, y'all understand. But he told me there was a certain thing. He was like, man, we would have to redo that whole system. I was like, man. He was like, yeah, because it ain't but so much that you can do to code that's already there. Like, you can rewrite stuff, but essentially if you rewrite it, then you're redoing it. You know what I mean? Like, ain't but so many tweaks you can do, and they're starting that process. You could tell they're starting the process of redoing certain things, even with interactions. I mean, again, it's not perfect, but you can see where, okay, I see y'all working on certain areas, tackling and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, I played the beta a ton, and there's stuff actually, this ain't illegal for me to say this or nothing like that, because I don't share it. It's stuff that I was looking through my phone. I was like, man, it was clips that I took just so I could, send to them saying, hey, man, what about it's some stuff that I saw that we haven't seen it before in a Madden. And I'm like, yo, and I don't recall, and Smitty, you back me up on this. If you saw it, please let me know. I didn't see any crazy warps.
No.
Not at all.
No,
I mean, not on a slant, not on a drag. Are the two man still there? Yeah, it seems like it's kind of there more so when you do an aggressive catch. Yeah. But I can say what they talked about in the gridiron notes. If you're doing a rack, you ain't no two man happening. It ain't gonna happen. You could just straight run right out of that. Now, the caveat is it does seem like you kind of have to switch on to these guys at times to make it play out properly.
Yeah.
So that is kind of their baby steps of trying to find ways to get rid of it. But you got to think, man, to do that all in one shot, it probably would severely break the game. Like, it's going to have, and that's the thing I don't think people understand. And I appreciate the experience that we were able to have, getting invited all the way back in 2012, because I learned about gaming.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, you can't just turn that off. They're like, nah, you can't. It'll completely break the game. Remember, we told y'all, they tried to do before. Now they're getting back close to it, but they tried a long time ago to put, what was it called then? The player motion.
True Step. Yeah.
They tried to do that on everybody, and it broke the coverage.
Yeah, it froze the game, they said.
That was years ago. And it was like, nah, man. And now think about this, even in 21, right? On next gen. What did some people come out and say? And I'm not picking on competitive guys, because I understand that's a different mindset, which I respect. You playing for money, I get it. But what was they saying? Man, these dudes feel too slow. I can't. You know why? Because they had that next gen technology on it. They had that RFID technology on player movement. Mm-hmm. So now we know that's true. They told us years ago, bro, when we did that true step on everybody, it broke the coverage, because and even in 21, the coverage is off.
Yeah,
and
the coverage is not on point, right?
Yeah, they had to end up coming out and saying, yeah, man, it's kind of like it. The way they move now, they couldn't mesh it. No, like it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just that Madden has had a bad rep for so long. It's
right.
You know what I'm saying? People don't accept real problems that are happening in game development because we're talking about Madden, which I understand as a consumer. But these are the growing pains, man, that they're going to go through when they're trying to implement real life stuff.
Yeah, so, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't wait to listen to that podcast too. Thanks for reminding me of that because I want to hear what some of the changes they have planned, from beta feedback. I definitely want to know what they're going to do with some of the coverage bugs that are still there, whether that's day 1 patch or 30-day patch, whatever.
I don't remember what Clint said too, and he said something in SGO's interview because he did ask him about the coverage. I forgot what Clint had said specifically, but he did answer some questions. They did work on it. Now, as far as the extent of the work, that I don't know. So I don't remember what he said exactly. So, but I mean, I don't know. And maybe he may have covered some of that in the podcast too, but he definitely did on SGO's interview he did today. So he did talk about it.
Getting real nerdy with it for a second. I know 757 here would understand this with him, being somebody who's played football on a high level. Machine learning. Smitty. You think that would actually help to fix some of the coverage woes that guys like NYK are running into? Like, for example, the game seems to have a problem in certain sets, like, when to play box or when to play special, it's when you're in cover 4 and there's trips and then the solos. I wonder if machine learning would help them do that. You know what I mean? Because right now it's just coding, but if the machine was able to learn, you know what I'm saying?
Well, to your point, yes, because think about 2K with the A system and how if you call the same kind of plays over and over again, then they're going to have to adjust. Like, we're playing like Tampa Bay defense. We're playing within this particular scheme. Now, they keep calling trips. Okay, based off of what they're doing, let's try to adjust to a coverage that will more cater. They may call coverage audibles. They may shift their stuff in a certain direction. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can I forget? As Clint stated the fact, okay? So no one can go back off of it. 80% of the games played in Madden are against the CPU.
Oh, yeah, they did say that.
So for them to be making such a concentrated stride to say, well, we're going to try and make this CPU as user-esque as possible, what better way to do it?
Machine learning, what I'm saying? Baby.
Make the machine learn. And see that's it. And the other point too is, Sim, this is a point that has been made many times over, especially when we went down to the studio. These receivers and DBs don't know where each other are at. What if you're able to, because see, all these guys are doing, and you guys understand, just so you guys can understand, these wideouts and DBs are only performing a coded function. They don't have it coded to say, hey, if object passes this sight line, you're going to dynamically react. Like, no. It's like, they come into zone, you do your best based off of this rating, this criteria, and whatever calculation they have. What we would like to see happen is someone comes across organically and you see that in the game, they see them. You acknowledge their presence and you dynamically make your play based off of what they do. A la backbreaker, like if a ball carrier is going low to truck and you're going in to tackle, instead of diving high, like you see him coming at you, instead of diving high, you're going to dive low and tackle. You see what I'm saying? You're going to try and get the waistline and lower. But that's an organic thing. There's no command you can input to say dive that low. It's like he's doing it based off of he sees the body, he sees where the ball carrier is positioned at, and then he goes for the tackle accordingly. So it's like I want to see Madden do that kind of stuff too, where it's not just learning play, the play call to a degree and adapting, trying to adapt to what you do, but also seeing players become aware based off of what happens. Because like they shown in the FIFA trailer, what happened? You show the man get tackled, right? And then they say machine learning moment. So what if you try to tackle that guy regularity and then he starts adapting to how he approaches you on the pitch? But that's the kind of stuff I'm gonna be looking for in FIFA. If I'm seeing dudes adjust, like they got the ball and now they're approaching that defender a little bit more differently because I keep doing the same kind of action toward them. There it is. You see what I'm saying? So I want to see if that's happening there, and you're saying that this system is supposed to be better. Then I need to see this progressively built toward it, and that's what I'm saying. Madden 23, I want to see 11 on 11. That would be the dream scenario to me, because this. We also got to remember too, as myself and Sim have said diligently, FIFA is well ahead of Madden, so that's the other part of it as well. So even though when it came to Frostbite, FIFA had it, and then shortly thereafter Madden had it. I don't know if it'll be, they got their hypermotion tech, but I don't know if Madden, if this next gen stat stuff is movement or what have you, if this is supposed to be in the same breath, then just like you're saying, like they said in Madden 21, these guys are going to play coverage more realistically, more authentically. Okay, I want to see that personality come into the game like that too, because hypermotion is enabling that personality of these players to come into the fold a lot more. I want to see the exact same thing in Madden, but I want to see 11 on 11. Let these dudes go at it, even if it means year one we do the trenches, year two we do the wideout DB play, year three we're doing how the coverage just reacts. So we're just going to have the secondary just be out there all in the backfield, and we're just going to have the quarterback. We're just going to have quarterback, wide receivers running all different kind of route, the whole route tree, all different kind of routes, and DBs and safeties and everything interacting. Here you guys are going to play cover 3. Here you guys are going to play cover 2. Here you guys are going to play cover 2 man. Here you guys are going to play cover 1. Here you guys are going to play. You see what I'm saying? Like, and now you got a system built out where you got the player movement, you have organic dynamics movement being fleshed out, and now the as we seen, like what Sim said, or like we played in the beta, you're seeing that gap of 2-man animation and organic contact. That window is getting tighter and tighter. It's getting there. So you build that out, and then on top of that, you keep pushing that envelope. Before you know it, you'll end up having a full-blown organic contact game dang near. So that's what. And this is the point that you guys got to understand. This is not it's all going to happen in 1 year because it happened with FIFA, or it's all going to happen 1 year because NHL got it. All these games are ahead of Madden. So Madden's not going to get it in one fell swoop unless they start from scratch. That's the only way. And we know that Madden ain't about to start from scratch. There's no way they're about to do that. So it's something that it may have to be a multi-year build thing, because like Sim said, if they want to change up a system for something that we'll look at as basic line stunts, you know what I'm saying? It's a great undertaking for them to do that because of all the systems that are already in place, how the user interacts with the system already the way it is, and you got to make it make football sense. You just don't want to see dudes run any old direction. So you want to make it make football sense. And and that's the point that we always try to drive home. And heck, they still need to fix the passing game. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, I hang my hat on.
The passing is so inconsistent, man. Yeah,
it's not it, because
sometimes I made throws in that beta.
Yeah,
that was beyond beautiful. And then there's other times it just seems like you can't get it to go.
You can't throw
It's still tethered at times.
Exactly.
It's still tethered at times.
It's still on a rope. You can't throw your passes to a vicinity. You're going to throw it on a line. And that line can have a DB right there, and it's not going to pay attention to that, and then they're going to get an easy pick. So that's why I'm just saying, like, they got to fix that where you can really have control with your passing like that. I've told that to Mole 10 trillion times. I didn't ran it down his throat about that pass, and I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, I saw him picking with you on Twitter.
Yeah, so it's like they got to fix that passing, dog. Like, because I'm going to be watching the NFL season, and I'm going to be like, hey, Mole, you see what I'm talking about? Hey, Clint, brother, we need this passing, dog. You see what's happening? Like, I'm going to call that stuff out because I'm like, this is an integral part of the game. And plus, with what you guys have done, creating that separation, you got to have that. If they had the passing this year, I would be super happy with Madden.
Your boy just made a nice tackle.
Who did?
One of your guys, Killebrew.
Oh, Killebrew.
Yeah, from the Lions. He might make the team, man.
Yeah, he
might make it.
He is solid. He's solid.
We got him playing safety.
Oh, he's playing safety right now. Okay.
Yeah, he's running behind Edmonds.
Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, hey, no, he's one of those guys you got to put him directly in position to succeed. You know what I mean? He's not somebody that's going to find it on his own if you just put him out there. So,
right.
But he does have the potential to do some good work, though. He is a solid guy. But yeah, it's a build up. So EA is going to have to invest in it, and they're going to have to build it up accordingly. If they do it, then it'll be nice.
My bad, folks. Y'all know it's football season, man. For you Steeler guys, the Matthew Sexton just had a nice punt return, man. So this is why I love this time of year. Even though, like I said, I kind of report on the Steelers now, so I have to watch this. But more importantly, like you get to see the guys who taking advantage of their moment. And let's face it, and y'all know where I'm going with this, and y'all know this is not negative at all, but y'all know the type of stigma that white receivers get in the NFL, right? So it's always good to see those cats like be more than Wes Welker. You know what I mean? Like Sexton got speed, he's shifty, so I root for that. It's kind of in reverse, right? Because in this world, y'all know the history of this country, but I'm saying in football, it's always a stigma on those guys. The same thing with Christian McCaffrey, because he's a white running back. People tried to write him off. But if you watch football like we do, I was like, no, that dude is dope. Like even in college, now look at him. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my little quirkiness right there, man. It's cool to see guys like that, like fight for a position, and he looked good doing it. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, as far as like Smitty said with the Madden thing, man, it's gonna be interesting to see. The challenge is gonna be now that Clint has said this out loud. We're gonna look back at this game, not this year, but 2-3 years down the road. We're gonna be looking back and comparing hypermotion to next gen stats.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're saying this our way of doing it, and you're kind of saying it like we can accomplish the same thing for the most part. That's what it seems like. He's not poking his chest out or nothing like that. They all the same team, but it's kind of like they doing that because this is how we're doing this. So now we're going to compare it. But like Smitty said, me and Smitty, again, it might not be the most popular opinion, which we don't care. We appreciate you guys that rock with us. But those that oppose us would always, they kind of feel like, oh, you guys give too much credit. No. We break it down. Like these are the facts. Madden is behind FIFA. Madden has been behind FIFA.
You'll see.
You know what I'm saying? It's no way it's going to be on that level right away. They're catching up. So it's like, we can acknowledge that while still give stern criticism. Like Smitty said, I've been talking to Mo too about QB accuracy. Not just accuracy, but passing. I've been talking to Clint and them like, look, man, one thing I need y'all to do for me, and I need all of you guys out here that play Madden to do this too, since now, great point, Smitty brought it up, since we know that 80% plays against the CPU, I need you to work on QB accuracy on all Madden.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Come on, man. The bad quarterbacks should be bad quarterbacks.
Yes.
And not saying that they always have to be bad, but I need to feel that difference. They're too accurate.
Yeah.
Guys, in order to get it to where I wanted it, and I'm nutty, I had turned into, man, I was fooling around with sliders. And then it's funny because the beta got an update and then we couldn't adjust sliders no more.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't even go to okay, that makes sense now.
In franchise mode, you couldn't do it. Yeah. But I was turning down the QB accuracy down to like 7 in order to get it where I wanted it to be. And decent percentages would still producing decent yards. So I think there's a sweet spot somewhere, but it shouldn't take that, man. It should be. That's one of my biggest critiques right now that I have. And this dude know he ain't making the team. This dude Sloman, man, he's another kicker that they got on the roster for whatever reason. He's missed the field goal and now he missed an extra point. Boswell should be sitting back laughing like y'all really thought this dude was gonna take my job. Come on, man. But yeah, man, I need you guys to do that. If you guys are CFM guys like us, and whether you play online or offline, a lot of us play both. But if you're an offline guy and you're a content creator, you want to get some real games, I need y'all to give that feedback. QB accuracy is too strong for the quarterback on all Madden. And you have to play on all Madden because that's where you're going to get. I mean, I know they say they tune the game at all pro, but to me, I feel like all pro gets to a point where it's not as challenging. So over the last couple of years, I found a nice balance playing on all Madden. And I played on all Madden in the beta, kept everything at default, and it was feeling really good. Wasn't feeling cheated, outside of the accuracy. So that's one of my biggest points right there, man. That's one of my one of my biggest issues that we need to see if we can, somehow get that thing addressed. King Arthur says, and when Smitty comes back, I'll let him chime in on this as well. He says, actually, I'll put it up here for everybody to see in case you guys are not looking at the chat. He says, Smitty, he's asking Smitty, but I'll answer and then Smitty can answer. He says, Smitty, are guys still covering grass and ignoring crossers and corner routes that cross their faces? I will say TBD. The reason why I say that, I saw some situations where I saw some instances of good coverage. I even saw some situations, dude, with the deep safeties. Now, I know this is not the crosser, but it was a play I had. I was probably on my own. Well, I was defending the 20-yard line. So, the CPU had to go to the 20, something like that. It wasn't that far. It might have been the 30. I called palms. My deep safety did something that I couldn't believe, so much so that I had to send the clip to the devs. It was like, yo, I ain't never seen this. He actually checked for his threat. He looked, then he looked back and saw somebody coming that way. He backed up, got in position, picked it off. It was wrap. I was playing with the Rams, and I was like, whoa. Because y'all know the deep safeties don't do anything like that in Madden currently. They don't. They just keep drifting and drifting and drifting it. And me and Smitty, and I know I've made countless videos saying these guys need to be diagnosing what they see, not just playing their assignment. I did see some situations as well in cover 3 where the guys, like the mid read guy or the hook the curl guy would check, somebody coming across and then he would pick him up. Like I saw those situations. I do recall seeing times too where there were a few situations where it seems like they were still kind of covering grass. It seemed like they moved a little more, but there were still some instances where they were doing that. But yeah, I don't think I have enough to diagnose that yet. I think it might be somewhere in the middle. Like I said, it's still TBD, but definitely, we can get Smitty's thoughts on that as well. What they're asking Smitty is, do you feel like the guys are still covering grass and ignoring crossers and corner routes that cross their faces? What I said was kind of TBD because I saw some good instances and I saw other instances where it did seem like they still kind of were just minding their area more so than, playing the guy.
Yeah, that's what was. Yeah, it's not easy to tell when you're looking at playing a beta, especially when part of the information they put out beforehand was some of the zones are like they're not.
Yeah, they basically said, yeah.
It said some of the stuff was broken, like it was legit broke still. So it's like, I mean, the irony of it is that some of the stuff has been problematic for the longest time, anyways. Post launch. So, I don't know, man. I can't really call it, but like Sim said, no. I will say this. Like Sim said, I did see plays happen during the beta where DB was making some sound plays. DBs were covering adequately and man coverage at times, and man coverage was a problem. Was one of the problems during the beta. So it's like, stuff that people complain about was also happening the right way at times too. So I mean,
okay,
I can't put everything on it right now, but yeah, gonna have to just wait and see. It is a TBD kind of thing. And I mean, look, like what Sim and I had said earlier about coverages and everything, how it works in the game. Remember, you want to see guys make a decision. And I get that. You want to see guys make a decision. But remember, the way this game still is programmed currently, these guys are not dynamically finding people. We given that feedback tremendous amount of times, trust and believe. But these guys are not just going to find dudes at random. Well, not at random, but just randomly find work to do and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we ultimately want to see guys do. We want to see people organically just, this is what they're doing. Bet we're going to move this way, shift that way. I'm going to do this, that, and the third. It's not like that right now. That's why I said that's something that Madden would have to legitimately build out. Like, you're going to have to mocap a bunch of instances a la like FIFA did, do your 11 on 11, and then you're just going to have those years where you just got the DBs out there with the quarterback. All right, hold on, buddy. Okay. But you're going to have to do that in terms of getting that capture like that. So,
oh man, it goes back to what you were saying, man, with the machine learning, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, machine learning is key, but then being able to build it out, because it's still going to have to be built upon and expanded. So you're talking about a few years. And see, this is the thing. Like, I know I've been ever since we went to the studio the first time, I was like, oh no, this is going to be a process. You know what I'm saying? Now, how long, we couldn't possibly tell you. It's just a matter of what EA allows these guys to do. That's literally how it is. I mean, look what these guys were able to do this year. That's what I'm saying. It's what they allow these guys to do. EA Sports, let the devs cook. Like I said the last show, if you let these guys do their job, let them cook. They'll be able to do what they do. Deuce Douglas will be sitting there just like Swami right now if they ain't let them dudes cook. Like, that's it. You got to let these people cook.
Yeah.
When you do, this is the kind of stuff you get. Like, I can't wait for them to add the scouting. That's going to be nuts. So I'm going to get you.
And there's a lot of depth in that.
Yeah.
From what Swami was saying. But yeah, man. Now put this comment up here, you know, just to reply to King Arthur. He says, you know, he just expects EA to make the guys play appropriately out the box if they're claiming authenticity. And what he's referring to, guys, is he was saying he doesn't always feel like adjusting sliders because it doesn't feel authentic. It feels like it might be giving himself an advantage, and they should be playing the way they supposed to play out the box. I completely agree with you with that. You know, I feel like technically we should not have to adjust the slider. I've always said sliders should be things that cater your experience, right? And here's I'll give you my plan for sliders in a moment. What I wanted to address as far as the comment is you got to remember, again, like Smitty said, it's not giving them an excuse or nothing like that. But these are the things we're talking about. Old systems, you know, like old coding, things they're going to have to get out way or redo. And before we could say, well, yeah, we don't need sliders and such. Yeah, it's just those type of things. And by the way, Steelers fans, just to give you all an update, Benny Snell needs to be concerned, man. Kalen Ballage might have an opportunity to get that spot. I'm just saying. But yes, it shouldn't be that way. But we know, you know, their old systems, yada, yada, yada. It's a lot of things that they're going to have to do to get a lot of that stuff out of here. I fully agree with you with that. We should be able to just put it in, and that's that. And my idea for sliders, I've mentioned this before, I think sliders should be effort. It shouldn't be based on how effective something is. And let me give you a perfect example. Let's say you turn a slider up to 100. I put blocking on 100. What that means is these dudes are going to do whatever they can to make the block. Doesn't mean that they're going to block any better. The guys with the higher ratings will still, but they're going to do anything necessary to get the block. Now, by turning it up, what might happen is, Dwayne Haskins going deep. Okay. What might happen by doing that is you might make the guy a little too aggressive, right? And you might get more penalties because he's doing anything. It might put him at risk of being called for holding, but it doesn't fix the game. It doesn't fix blocking. It's effort. And that's what I feel like sliders should be. It shouldn't fix a game. It should just be the amount, like, and Smitty knows this, man. And if DJ is in here, he knows this. Like with NHL, man, how granular their sliders are. That's what we need right there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I got you, big kid.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, but everything that everybody has said is right. You know, a lot of this stuff should be out the box, but you know, it's just not quite there yet. And like I said, even when I played when the beta, I didn't adjust anything else. It was just QB accuracy. I didn't turn anything else down. I didn't turn down CPU blocking, even on all Madden, and I was getting pressure. You know, so it's just something about that QB accuracy, man. It's just that they seem like, you know, the computer gets a bump in ratings when it's on all Madden to try to create that, you know, that challenge. But
yeah, I played it on All Pro. To be quite honest, and I wanted to adjust sliders.
Yeah, how did it play? People were telling me it played good on All Pro.
Good, but see, I'm playing with the Lions, so you know they're an underachieving team. But playing it, I had good games. Like, yeah, I had some good games. So I wonder now if I played with a good team. I wonder what the difference would be. But All Pro default, it was feeling good, man. So.
That's what I heard, man.
You know, but I mean, see, that's the thing. I may have to play it that way and play it from an All Pro and then adjust sliders from there. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it at that level, because that's the problem. Whenever I go to all Madden, I keep running into the foolery. And it's like, until they either reprogram how difficulty's translated in there, I'm just going to have to play it on all pro and just maybe adjust a few sliders here and there and just play it that way. Because, I mean, the game felt balanced. I was generating pressure. Not always, because we don't have a great D-line, considering the team that was the roster that was there at the time, you know, in the beta. But that's the way that the game has to play.
Yeah, and they said that's where they tune it at. So
yeah,
it's just, I have a couple things, and maybe you can cut it off. I don't know. It's just a few things that visually I just don't like from all Madden. Like, from all pro, I like to give myself a challenge and not see the head count, the box count. I think you might be able to cut that off.
I thought you could.
Yeah, you probably can. But I want the kick difficulty to be faster.
Oh.
You know, like even when you watch competitive Madden, it's like ain't none of them dudes ever gonna miss a field goal,
right?
Because the meter isn't. You know, so it's little stuff like that. It's not that I have to play on all Madden because I'm the big bad. No, I just felt like in the past with sliders you could get a good challenge out of all Madden. But I've been told, even I think Clint has said as much. All pro is where they tune it. I mean, and it will beat you. You will lose, you know, if you play straight up. So I'll give it a crack, you know, when the game is out.
Now, and King Arthur he said the $5 donation. Shout out to him with that.
Oh, yeah. Shout outs for that. Appreciate that, man.
He said, why can't we get an R&B juke packages and a modifier that allows us to shuffle our feet like Barry before select? You know something funny? We didn't have Barry Sanders like select move or anything like that, but technically you could do stutter step juking. You could do it. I don't know, Sim, you remember when we went to the studio when it was you, me, Mole, and AZ, and we went down there and Lugo was on the sticks.
Oh,
and he showed us the juke that he did, and he basically did a stutter step. He did a stutter. He did a real quick right to left, like about 3-4 times, and then hit a spin move off the analog. That was nuts.
Yeah.
And it's like what he did, I never seen anybody out here that was uploading content. So it's that's
that player movement.
Yeah.
And this one.
Oh my goodness. You kidding me? If you had that control with this,
no, I pulled off some nice moves, man. Like some stuff that I didn't even know I could do. Like, meaning I can't wait to play again so I can lab and see if I really was doing that or it was a fluke. But I mean stuff like natural hesitation, like by letting off the stick for a minute and they slow, and then you could juke like the player movement to me was extremely clean in terms of the movement, just changing direction. So we'll see. And again, man, once the game is out, you know, I'm sure I will be making content like that, just kind of showing little detailed things like that. You know, me and Smitty always stream, so we can see the good and the bad in real time. So yeah, man, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I have no shame in saying I'm rooting for the game to be the best it can be. This is the only football game we have right now. I want nothing but the best for it because I am a football guy. I'm a football gamer. If another company decides to, you know, if we can get another game, another company like a Steel City Interactive to make a football game, I'm all in. I'm all in, brother.
Yo.
But we don't have that. We don't have that. So
we sure don't.
All we can do is root for Madden. I mean, we football dudes. Like, I don't have no ill will towards no company like that. Like, if I hate it, I don't play it. If I don't like it, I don't buy it. This is just that simple. I don't have an agenda. Like, we never have had an agenda. Even when we was going down there for the first time, our whole agenda was, if there was one, to try to get them to make a better game.
Yeah.
None of us had that mentality. And I know the Sim Standard went through ups and downs as far as members and all that. But y'all know me, Azure, and Smitty have always been about the betterment of the game. Yeah. It's never been about slander. It just ain't never been about that. You know, so in no way, shape, or form are we going to be pissed that Madden turns out to be a good game at some point. Like, I will be very happy about that.
Right.
But
big guy.
Let me see what else you got here. I guess we can wrap up after this. King Arthur has another comment, and he says, do you guys think about spectacular catch modifier instead of aggressive catch, button dice rolling? It'd be better if we could choose to try that type of catch. Otherwise, it's a normal catch. Well, I think I know what you're saying, but that's kind of the same, though.
Yeah. If you're jumping up, it's a jump ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, period. It's just a matter of what's happening in the air to be, if they call it a spec catch or not. Like Odell, when he caught that, it just so happened to be he was in that position and did that. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, you can have a big, beefy tight end that doesn't have the best verticality, jump up, do a jump ball, catch it, and come down with it. That would be a spec catch to him. But he's not skying high doing anything ridiculous. But right. I think it would be something like the best way for them to go about it to really make it look dynamic is where you make it more of a behavioral based thing, where it's like where they make the object a tangible, they make the football, a tangible object that both players are trying to legitimately go after.
Yeah.
Like they input the command, both players to get it. The limbs in conjunction with the two-man animation, like PES had this when they first came over to, I want to say Gen 4, PS4 and Xbox One. They had it in their trailer where the goalie saved the ball, but he performed his animation, but then he moved his limb contextually to get to where the ball specifically was at and hit the ball for the save.
We go.
So it's like, I would love to see Madden be like two-man animation, yes, or not even a two-man, but wideout goes up for spec catch, ball is over this direction. So you're going to see him realistically augment his arm and try and pull it and reel it back in. So, like, I would love to see plays like that. And then if a defender is there to contact him, he can hit him and he can get upended and possibly drop it still. You know what I mean? Or he may hold on to it. Who knows? Or he may drop it because it hits the ground. See, those dynamic layers can really come in the fold and give much more life to the game with that happening. So, you know, we just got to wait and see what these guys do. Or what they're able to do. What they're able to do.
Yeah.
That's it. Because look, remember, Sim was down there for Madden 17. What happened to the wobbly duck passes? What happened to the strip sacks? You see what I'm saying? It's like all of that was there. It was in there. And then it came out with some of that stuff already gutted. And then they further gutted it via title update. They reduced the amount of the organic knockouts and they made kicking easier, stuff like that via title update. So it's like that's the tug of war that's going to begin. That's going to ensue once this game comes out. What in this game is going to look good the first few weeks? And is it still going to be there after that first update, that first or second update? You know what I mean? Is it going to be there? Is it going to be gone? And then now they're going to be playing, oh, we're going to try and bring it back, and it's never going to be the same game. So hopefully this game can lean more on making it more and more about football and not trying to just please everybody. Because once again, if you're going to say in a stat line, 80% of the games played are CPU games. Oh, well, come on.
Come on now. I mean,
that's it right there. So you're talking about more than likely less than 15% of the people that are complaining are your super duper ultra hardcore people, which includes us in there to a degree. But you're talking about the tourney guys. You're talking about the same dudes that are on ESPN playing this game are part of that small 20% that are complaining. So it's like, oh, well, okay. Come on, like give it then. Like give us the football. Like leave it. Don't compromise the integrity and leave the game alone and then just put it out. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. We'll see. And some of you guys will be able to see next week. Some of you guys that will have EA play. The 12th is the day, and we'll see. That's about all we really can say. We shall see. So that's about all I got, guys. This was a great show here tonight. Football is back for the most part, so I wish everyone's teams well, in the upcoming preseason games. Hopefully nobody suffers any real bad injuries. Definitely want to check up on, Claypool and see what happened with him. I haven't had a chance to really hone in on it, but football is back, man. And with that, Madden is right there. So this is the reason why we are so hardcore on trying to get that game to be great, because most of us want to get in the game and replicate what we're seeing right here on the TV, so we'll see. But other than that, I ain't got nothing else, man. Anything else you want to throw out there, Smitty? Did we leave anything on the table?
Not really, but I will say this, like what King Arthur said real quick. He said hit sticks requiring a certain amount of momentum to land it at the peak of their rating. If your hit stick is a 90, you have to have full momentum to get 100% of that 90. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Like it should be, if you want to spec catch true to your rating, if you want to do anything that's true to your rating, you have to position yourself in order to do so, like realistically. So I agree with to the fullest. But so hopefully, once again, this game can evolve to being where they're able to, true to form, give us the gameplay where it truly does that. And it's not just, because this guy's got a 90 hit stick and he's standing there and inputs the command, he's going to blow everybody over. Like, you know what I mean? So hopefully that can be done. So yeah, but that's all that I got, man. That's all I got, dude. Enjoy the football game. I know Sim, the rest of the game and everything. And yeah, preseason's going to be kicking into gear. And hey, man, football is back. Madden's going to be a big kickoff next week. So there's going to be a lot people are going to be really getting into next week. So I don't know if I'll be available.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Smitty.
I'll
might
be out of
gone.
town next week. Sim was out of town. I'll be out of town next week. So I don't know if we'll be able to even do a show at all. If I'm busy and everything, I'll let Sim know what's up. But otherwise, we'll catch on not next week, but the following week. By then, we should definitely be.
Oh yeah, we hands in then, boy.
Knee deep in the Madden.
Yes, sir.
But that's it, man. That's all we got, man. So it's been a great show.
Yeah, guys, and just real quick, just to put it in perspective, all of the stuff that you mentioned just in the last 20 minutes, King Arthur, how long would it take for the dev team to do all of that? So it's one of them things where we always say that's why we take that approach. We put things in perspective, knowing what's still not in game. So that's why I don't go so crazy anymore. Like, it's like, yeah, man, the stuff I want. Because listen, I've had, and Smitty too, we've had real conversations with that dev team. We know what it takes. And this is even after they get the approval for certain things. We know what it takes. But I will end with this. It did a whole lot here in 22, it looks like. So yeah, it definitely seems like if they got the go ahead, might not take as long as we think, but still a few years, still a few years to get all of that stuff. It's still a ways away, but I just need them to continue to progress towards it, and I'm happy with that. I don't want to see no setbacks. Continue to progress towards it, and I'm cool. I'm cool with that. So there you go. That's all I got, man. So I hope everybody has a great night. If you are a Cowboy fan or still a fan, pay attention to the rest of this game, man. Learn your team. Learn some of these guys that you're hearing reporting on and who's looked good at training camp and kind of match that to what you're seeing on screen. And other than that, everybody stay safe. COVID is seeming like it's ramping back up, man. So do whatever you feel you need to do to protect yourself, whether that's staying away from folk or getting vaccinated. Everything is all your choice. You're not going to hear me steer you in one way or the other. Just stay safe. Do whatever you need to do to stay safe. And again, God bless. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll probably catch you guys more than likely in 2 weeks. We'll let Smitty have his vacation. Don't worry about tuning in on Thursday night. But all right, guys, catch y'all later.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.